Hello. Hello. Let's see. Let's see if this internet will hold today. Oh, let's see. Just bear with me as you come in. I'm just inviting people, so just bear with me as you come in. Let's see. Bear with me. Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Just bear with me. I'm inviting more people in. Thank you for tuning. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. All right, so. All right, I think I'm done with inviting more people here. Let's see. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Just bear with me. I'm inviting people right now, so just bear with me. I think. All right, I think I'm done. Hey, Erica, how are you? Hey, True, how are you, my dear? How are you, love? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Ramona. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining. It's going to be a short one because short one. Let's see. Who else can I invite here? Let me see if I can invite more people. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Bam, 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 bam. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. Drew, thank you for coming in. If you want to get on the on my camera this is it morning over there or afternoon, please let me know. We want to talk about Born for This tonight. Let's talk. Well, it's night in Saudi Arabia, but morning or afternoon wherever you are right now. So I want somebody to get on the camera if possible, if you're able to, wherever you are. Just let me know. Valerie, welcome. If you're able to, let me know. Ramona, if you're able to, let me know, because I want to discuss this with somebody. True, if you want to get on, let me know. I want to talk about born for this, that phrase, born for this. What is your this? What are you born for? What is it that you know that you're born for? For those who are new on my broadcast, my name is Dr. Princess Fumi Nkok. People know me as your life strategist and America's Global Vision Midwife. And what I do is I help you to gain clarity in your vision. I'm a nurse practitioner, a psych mental health nurse practitioner by profession. I'm a best-selling author. I'm a speaker, a TEDx international speaker, and of course, a filmmaker. I think that is something that I love to do. Love to get experiences that I have as a life strategist and create characters that mirror what I do in my practice. So, thank you all for joining me. Let's talk about Born for This. Let's talk about that. I want to talk about that a little bit. When you hear that phrase, born for this, what does that mean to you? Right? What does that mean to you? If you're still there, tap, tap, tap. Let me know that you're there. Let me know you're there. If you want to get on my camera, just let me know so that I can bring you on, or you can hop in and let me know you want to get on it. When you think about that phrase, born to be, born for this, what is born for this mean to you? Hey, Valerie, grace and peace. Oh, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. For me, that phrase, born for this, helps me to focus on that word, this. 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 What is your this? What is that this that you know that you're called to? What is that this that you know that you were born for? What is that this that you know that allows you to manifest your greatness? Your this is your greatness. Your this is the vehicle to your greatness. Your this is your vehicle to your destiny. Your this, whatever that this is that you're supposed to be focusing on and that you're supposed to be working on, that this is your conduit to your destiny, right? That this is your conduit to your destiny. Hey, true. So what is your this? What is your this today? Whatever that this is, you are supposed to master that this. Hey, Greg, welcome. You are supposed to master that this, and you're supposed to manifest that this. So your this is your greatness. You were called to be great. You were called to manifest greatness. You're not called to be subservient. You're not called to be a copycat. You're not called to be a counterfeit. God has not created in you a counterfeit. You are an original. There's nobody on the face of this earth that is like you. Isn't that awesome? When you just think about it, there's nobody. I don't care what people do. A lot of times you see people copying each other, right? On Periscope or whatever. Born for this, that's right. You see people trying to copy you, before you bring something out, somebody else wants to copy it. But I want to tell you that no matter how much they try to copy it, it will never be the original, right? If you found an earring that you love and the earring is 14 karat gold, and you say to yourself, I can't afford the 14 karat gold, and you go and buy the counterfeit, because it's in now you're wearing it, will never make it the original. You are an original. So it doesn't matter what anybody does. It will always be second to you. Everything else is second best to you. But the sad part is, here's the sad part, many of us have turned the whole situation around, and now we're the second best to something, to the counterfeit, right? And the counterfeit is supposed to be the second best to you. But now you're living your life as if you are a counterfeit. You're living your life as if you're the second best to something. And the truth is, here's the truth. You will never be able to manifest what you haven't even accepted. If you have not accepted your greatness right now, you will never manifest it. If you are walking around not truly understanding how great you are, you will never manifest it. Many of us right now, we don't even believe we were called to be millionaires. We don't even believe that. Andrea, welcome. Andrea, welcome. Tuboso, welcome. We don't even believe that we're called to be millionaires. So let's think about it. If you don't even believe it, right? You say it, but you don't really believe that you're called to be. You don't really think that you will ever become one. How is it going to manifest? It's never going to manifest, right? It's never going to manifest. It's not. So you manifest what you believe. Ooh, let me say that again. You and I manifest what we believe. Because here's the thing. If you believe that you're going to make it in life, there's something in your brain that believes it. The endorphins and everything around in your brain is working towards you making it. If you say to yourself, that's right, you must first believe, Ramona. But if you say to yourself, oh my God, I'll never make it, then the brain, right, everything in your brain starts working in that capacity that you're never going to make it. Jean, welcome. If you want to get on my camera, please let me know. I would love to have somebody on my camera. Hop on my camera and let's talk about it. If you want to hop on my camera, please let me know so we can just, even if it's just a few minutes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what your this is, what you know that you're born for. Because here's the thing. Number one, you believe it, right? You believe it. And as you believe, there's a shift, right? Valerie, I'm called and chosen for this season of now and necessary. Amen. Bam. Do you want to come on, Valerie? I don't know if you want to come on. If you want to come on, let me know. Hey, Patience. Welcome, welcome. Right? Right? Who wants to come on? Come on, people. I want somebody on this camera and let's talk about it. Right? So the very first step is you believe. Right? You believe. And because you believe, now every system is focused on that belief. Right? Every system is focused on that belief. Oh, is that Ruth? Oh, hey Ruth, how are you, my dear? So as you believe, right, and because you believe, your system, every part of it, how are you, my dear? Every part of your brain believes it. Then the next step is your brain starts shifting, looking for answers. It starts shifting. You want to come on? No, come on, Ramona, come on. Come on, let's bring Ramona on. You on, Ramona, I just added you, so watch out. I don't know. On your end, I just added you. I just added you now, so you should be coming on shortly. I just added you. So I think you're supposed to click something. Hey, Fateh, welcome, my dear. Ramona, I think you're supposed to click something. Because I just added you, Ramona. So on your, hi, Fateh, how are you? Everybody say hello to Fateh. She's coming on next Friday. Yeah. Hey, Ruth from Nigeria, welcome. Oh, that's okay, Fateh. Please, I appreciate you. Ramona, get on. Come on, Ramona. You can do this. You can do this, Ramona. Come on. I'm trying to add Ramona. Ramona, yeah, come on. You're connected. Come on. Yeah, Ramona. Okay, so your voice. Hey, Ramona, how are you? Where's your voice? Voice. Yeah, do something to your voice. Why can't I hear you, Ramona? Oh, you are your own life.
If I take my headphones out?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now, Ramona.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I can hear you, my dear. I can hear you.
Let me see.
We can hear you.
Darn. I can't hear you. You have joined the video as a guest.
Oh my God. I can hear you, Ramona. Poor girl. Yeah, fighting. I don't. Hey, Yolanda Stafford, welcome. Ramona, we can hear you. I don't think you can hear.
Okay, I can hear you. Wait. You're going in and out.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Ramona, please introduce yourself to people. Introduce yourself. Yeah, look at you, Ramona. Yeah.
All the way from New Jersey.
All the way from New
all
Jersey.
the way from New
Okay, go ahead.
Jersey. I'm Ramona Phillips. I call myself the Healthy Mind Strategist because God gave me that title so about a year ago. So what I do is I help people to manage their mindsets or their symptoms from trauma. And I believe that my greatness is connected to my speaking gift, my writing
That's right.
gifts, and the opportunity to teach and inspire people and motivate and encourage people, helping, So that's pretty much where I'm at.
Okay, so let's do this. So how are you manifesting in those areas as a trauma defeated? Yeah. Hey, Latoya, how are you, my dear? How are you manifesting in that area?
I'm
Yeah.
manifesting in that area. I used to teach on social media once a week, and I just felt in my spirit that I needed to come on and teach more. It would help me to manifest myself, to put myself more out there. But not only that, build up myself as a speaker and practice. Um, Encouraging people, seeing who I could connect with, who's my audience, and that's pretty much it. I just put myself out there more and more. I started going to networking events, and then recently I got an invitation. I was actually handpicked to participate in a particular event so that I can tell them what I do on April 6th. So that's really cool. So it's been
Awesome.
working. It's been working, showing my face more, teaching more. So it's been working. It's a process. It's still a process, but
That's right.
I'm going forward.
That's right. Well, Fatin Said says hello. Fatin, I'm going to be interviewing Fatin next Friday. So everybody just stay tuned here because it's going to be awesome. She's an up and rising poet, a Jordanian poet. She's one of the ladies that was on TEDx in Saudi Arabia here. She's the young lady that I introduced you to. We were both in the car going, and she's one of the ones that I said that she was called, and she kind of nominated me by talking about me to them.
That's so cool.
Uh, so this is what we say: the power of connection. That there are times you're connected, and the cool thing is she's Muslim, I'm Christian, but it's not about religion, is it? And we need to start getting that in our spirit now, that where we are intending to go is no longer about religion, but it's about relationship. It's about relationship. And the thing is, many of us
That's
don't
right.
even know how to manage our relationships. We're burning
Yeah.
our bridges. We're getting rid of people that we're not supposed to get rid of, and we're attracting people that we're not supposed to attract into our lives. So let's talk about born for this, right? We know that you're born for greatness. How do you define greatness? What is greatness to you? How does it look like, Ramona?
Greatness to me is doing stepping out of my comfort zone and doing what God called me to do, knowing, believing and knowing and having faith that I have a purpose. I was born for a reason. I don't have to have all the answers right now, but I do need to believe what God told me, what God placed in my spirit, and just step out in faith and do what he tells me to do. That I believe that with God all things are possible. So like today, my sister told me she's moving, she's looking for a house, and she says, "Well, when I move into this house, I'm going to stay there. I don't plan to move again." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to think like that. I want to think that there's always another level in God's kingdom. Greatness, when it comes to greatness, there's always more to do for."
I think she's probably in an area that's gotten her kind of blocked. Um, so hopefully she'll stop. I think she's working, and hopefully she'll stop. So we were talking. Hey, Kechi, how are you? How are you, Derek? Welcome. So we were talk. I was just talking with Ramona right now, and we were talking about born for this. Yeah, you're frozen. I think you need to go back. Ramona, go back again. I'm going to bring you back on again. Let me bring you back on again. You probably have to stand still for a second.
Yeah,
Aha, awesome.
I
Yeah.
have to get ready
So
to go. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. and I think because you're working too, so that's why.
Yeah, I have to go.
So, um, so as we wrap up, let me wrap up with you. Give the audience one or two things that they can do to explore their greatness. What are one or two things that they can do to explore and expand their greatness?
For one, I believe that first of all we need to pray and make up our mind that we're going to trust God. We're going to be willing to change and come out of our comfort zones, accepting the fact that it's not going to feel comfortable all the time. We have to be remind ourselves that we have to allow ourselves to be challenged, and that's not an easy thing to do because we're addicted to our comfort zones. So the best thing to do is I've realized that I needed to come out of my comfort zone, allow myself to meet people. I love people anyway. And stop. Oh, can you guys hear me? I got to get ready to go. And stop expecting
Yes, we can hear you.
like other people. Can you hear me? And be mindful to be mindful about expecting people to do things the way that I think that expecting things to be done exactly the way I think it should be done. Expecting like lowering my
That's
expectations on how I think people supposed to act, um, and just
that's right.
trust God's plan, trust His process. Stop trying to figure everything out. And when we feel it in our spirit to step out, step out, just step out and trust God. I have to go, y'all. I do have to go.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Thank you,
See y'all.
Ramona.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so
All
much.
right. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
So
You're welcome.
Valerie, you want to come on. Valerie, you want to come on. So I'm going to bring you on now,
I don't even
Valerie.
know how to get
Thank
off.
you, Ramona.
You're
Have a great
welcome.
day. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was
Okay,
trying
so
now. I don't know how to
now,
leave. Okay, let me go, princess. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, continue with that guest. Okay. All right, this was great. So, Valerie, I'm going to bring you on now. So, Valerie, I'm adding you, and I'm bringing you on now. So, watch out for it on your end as you get connected. We're just talking about born for this, the phrase born for this. And Ramona Phillips had just described what born for this means to her and how it's connected to greatness and how we are supposed to explore our greatness. And this is what we're talking about today because here is the thing. Hey, Valerie, welcome, welcome. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
hi. I can hear
Hi.
you.
Awesome.
Grace and
So
peace, everyone.
awesome. Awesome. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Go ahead. Tell
Hi,
people who
my
you are.
name is Valerie Simon, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I currently live in
Okay.
Gastonia, North Carolina, and I am
Okay.
currently walking in my greatest purpose and my greatest time of greatness. I have a victory scar here just less than 2 years ago. I went in for a 1 day surgery and died on the table and was told that I would
Wow.
have paralyzed vocal cords and would never talk again. So here I am today. I'm a survivor, a 3-time domestic violence survivor, born and raised by a schizophrenic mother. So I experienced mental illness all of my 50 plus years of life. A prison mom of 4 sons that have been in and out of prison, but today I stand firm on what God has for me. It is for me, and that I am walking in my true divine calling and my true divine purpose. My purpose is to push others to identify what their true purpose is and that their purpose aligns with God's purpose. I'm about mission and not position.
Wow. Oh, say that again. Say, I love that. Say that again. You are about mission and not
I'm
position. Say that
about
again.
mission and not position. I am a spiritual person, not a religious person. Religion is putting more people in the grave, sending them to hell than anything. I'm very spiritually motivated. I do not allow any tradition to get in my way of knowing who I am and whose I am.
Wow. Wow. So define greatness for us. What is, when you hear that word greatness, what is greatness to you? What does that mean? Hey John, welcome. What is it? What does that mean to you?
Greatness to me means, and I refer back to the scriptures, not putting religion, but greater is he that is in me
That's right.
than he that is in the world. So when you ask me what is
That's
greatness, greatness
That's
is exceedingly abundantly all that we can ever ask or think. Greatness is beyond my potential. Greatness is where I am not capable, but the power that's within me is more than capable. Where I can't see, there are spiritual eyes that enable me to see. Greatness is where the blind can see and those that can't walk can walk.
Ooh.
Greatness is where I was told I would never talk again. Here I am, I'm talking. That's greatness against all odds.
Wow. 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 So let's talk about the phrase, you were born for this. So let's look at that word, this. What do you think you were born for? You were born for what?
I am now identifying what I was born for. I was born to show the world that against all odds, you can be whatever you choose to think you can be. If you choose to think that you're great, you will be great. If you choose to think that you're defeated, then more or less you will be defeated. If you choose to believe that you can fly, then guess what? You're going to fly. I was born to be a purpose pusher, to let women, men, boys, and girls know against all odds, you can still accomplish all great things as long as you embrace love and you give love. I represent love. I do not attach myself to any religious organization. Love is the greatest gift of all. And when you give love, you have no other choice but to receive love in abundance.
Man. So give us 2 or 3 things that you think that people can do to explore their greatness. What are the 1 or 2 things that you think people can really do on a daily basis or whatever to explore their greatness?
One thing that I've always found that a person can do to explore their greatness and their purpose in life is to decide on the 3 P's. And those 3 P's are principles, passion, and purpose. What are you passionate about? Is your passion aligned with the principles of honest living, of agape love? Then what is your purpose in life? You have to identify what your purpose is in life. And when you can identify what your purpose is and align your passion with your purpose and follow the principles of life, do unto others as you will have others do unto you. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. And most importantly, love yourself. You cannot be great to the world if you're not great to yourself. You have to first love yourself. Ooh, and treat yourself with respect and with kindness and with love. And when you do that for yourself, it has no other choice but to reflect out to others.
That's good. So, wow, that's awesome. So where do you go from here for you? What is up in the horizon for you? And how can people reach you? What is up in the horizon for you? And how can people reach you?
Currently, I'm working on my very first project to bring awareness to an area that is in desperate need of awareness when it's related to domestic violence and mental health. On May 19th, here in Gastonia, North Carolina, I will be having my very first event entitled Her Story, the transitioning of the reformed woman. Thank God he called women with a past. This is going to be a national movement. I intend that this movement will be changed from her story to her story / his story, because we all get a story to tell of how we overcame something in our lives. I'm trying to bring much needed awareness because it has been a proven fact in a lot of the domestic violence cases. Mental health and mental illness is the underlining factor of why there is domestic violence in a lot of our homes, a lot of our communities, and in our schools. And I'm wanting to bring more open dialogue and more awareness in that, and hopefully have some changes in our laws across the nation when it comes down to mental illness, and remove the stigma. A lot of people think that when you have a mental health condition, you're crazy. You're not crazy. You just have to have some help along the way. I was raised by a schizophrenic mother. My mother was nowhere near crazy. She was very loving. However, she had some mental health challenges. So that's where I'm at right now. I plan to birth the Against All Odds organization in August of this year. And I'm also planning to write my very first book, Scribbles and Bits, Bits and Pieces of Me.
Oh my goodness. Now, True says that May 19th is her birthday. So happy birthday in advance, True. Oh my goodness. Now I see the connection, because with me, number one, my background is a mental health psych. And of course, I'm also a master storyteller. So that combination, I see that connection in there. So if you had maybe just one nugget that you want to share with the world right now, what would it be? If you want to share one nugget with the world right now, what would it be?
That one nugget would be: love yourself, be yourself, embrace yourself, your perfections and your imperfections. Do not allow your imperfections to prohibit, prevent, or cause you to feel defeated or defaulted. We are in a season of now and necessary. And don't allow your gifts that God has given you to be pimped or prostituted, because the word teaches us that your gifts will make room for you and put you before great men and women. So I say to all, against all odds, we are victors and no longer victims.
That's right. Wow. See, it's funny that you talked about prostitution and all that, because today my very first title was "Quit Prostituting Your Destiny." Then I took it off. I said, okay, I'll do that as my second episode.
Wow.
But let's just start with the soft. So let's start with a soft title right now. So it's but that was my very first one, because several months ago I did a scope on it, and a lot of people came on because I said, quit prostituting your destiny. And so that would be the second thing that I talked about. Well, thank you so much. It's been nice meeting you. Thank you for coming. Well,
thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Keep me posted on your on all of your events. I'm going to be back in the US shortly, so just keep me posted, okay?
I sure will, and you can find me on Facebook as Valerie Simon, the Purpose Pusher. Thank you so much. Much love to you.
Bye now. Bye-bye. Wow. Yes, True. God is showing out. Let me see if I can invite more people here. God is showing out. And thank you, God, for showing out. This has been, it's just been incredible. The two people that I've interviewed today, it's just been incredible, talking to us about you were born for this. And as I was saying before, you're never going to realize what your this is until there's a mind shift, right? There has to be a mind shift for you to understand, oh, okay, True, okay, I'm bringing you on. There has to be a mind shift for you to understand, right, what this is. Without a mind shift, where's True now? Where's True? I was trying to bring you on. Okay, so without that mindset, without that shift in that mindset, you will never be able to understand what your greatness is, right? Greatness just do not latch on to people. You have to know that you are great first. So do you know that you are great? That's my question to you. Hey, True, how are you, love? How are you? How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Look at you, look at you. True, can you hear me? How are you?
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
introduce
Yes, ma'am, I
yourself.
can.
Okay, introduce yourself.
I am True Smith. How are you guys?
I'm fine. We're fine. We're fine. So tell us, where are you? Where are you broadcasting from? Where are you?
I'm in my house in Blairs, Virginia.
Okay. So tell us, what does it mean when you hear "I was born for this"? What does that mean to you when you hear that?
When I hear that, it's like I feel a warm sensation going through my body. I just feel so uplifted and empowered when I hear that. Um, we have to encourage each other like that because we are different. We're made different. We're uniquely made. We're wonderfully made. And I think that people need to know that about themselves. And sometimes, I mean, both of the guest speakers that we just heard were very profound in what they had to say. And I had to get on here and say thank you. I'm so grateful for what they were saying today.
Oh my.
I think that when we go through things, God is calling people that have been hurt, that understand what it means to be hurt. Oftentimes when we're hurt and then someone comes to us and tell us about all their perfections, we don't want to hear that. Okay, you got it. I didn't get it like that. You know, I wasn't perfect. I didn't go down the same road you went on. I mean, it's not being disrespectful to tell somebody that, I understand that you had a beautiful life and you were obedient from the start, but I wasn't always obedient. So I can recognize the person that is
Exactly.
not obedient and I can feel their pain, per se.
So how do you, let's talk about greatness. When you talk about, let's talk about greatness. When you hear that word greatness, how are you exploring that in your life? That word greatness, how is that manifesting in your life?
At this point in my life, greatness is it's a spiritual thing. And I have traveled all over the world searching for what greatness is all about. And I have experienced it in different people who have found it. And I'm like, how did you? I could see it on them. I recognize the people that have have identified with that word greatness, and I'm like, well, how did you get there? I mean, what experiences did you have? What did you have to learn? What do I have to avoid? I start asking questions because you can see it on people.
So tell us, what are the qualities that you see? Because that's a good point that you made, that you can see it and people. So how do you see it? Tell us, how do you see it?
I don't now that I haven't quite understood that for myself. I'm still learning about why I see it. I don't understand why I see it at this point, but I feel like it's a gift. It's an awakening. It's what I guess is what you call a revelation. I mean, it's things are revealed to you at different levels in your life. I think that if everything comes to me at one time, I might run, but I can tell when someone has it, and I want to be so close to them. It's like spiritually laying at God's feet and saying, I want to praise you all day. I mean, it's like I want to hear of all the goodness and all the great stories. I want to hear it. Time, it's like time stops when you're building yourself up. It's like time stops. It's like I got to get that. That is what I need to get to the next level. And speaking on greatness, it's like when you know you need to be somewhere, you just don't know exactly how you're going to be there.
That's right.
Um, and you can't really you can't conform to your own understanding because God has a complete different way than what you see how you're going to get there.
But how are you doing that now? How are you, let's talk about this. What challenges are you seeing in actually fulfilling that greatness? What possible challenges do you know that people will encounter? Olukoya, welcome. what are the things that you're seeing that can be a stumbling block or stumbling blocks for us achieving our greatness? Valerie says, turning pain into power, that we're turning pain. Is it true? You're right. Confirmation, we're turning pain into power. So what are the stumbling blocks that is stopping people from actually manifesting their greatness? In your opinion, in your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, sometimes, most of the time, it's the person, it's yourself. You was talking earlier about how we have to speak our greatness. We have to accept that. And lots of times we have these negative scripts that comes into our own beings. We can be our own worst critics, and it only takes one word from someone else to say, hey, who do you think you are? Don't you remember where you've been? You know, so you have to constantly speak life into yourself. You have to be obedient to what your gift is, what you've been given. You have to be obedient to that calling. And it's when we're not obedient to that calling, we experience things over and over again. And we're like, why am I going through this? And so you have to stop and think about, what are you doing? You have to analyze.
Johnny,
I don't know where it is. You have to.
Well, Johnny,
I didn't hear
welcome.
you.
Oluka, yeah, welcome. Valerie, thank you for hanging in there. True, I'm really enjoying your answers. Now, let's talk about what are the tips. I want you to give people tips from your own just life journey. Is there, first of all, let's backtrack. Is there a story? Is there a story in your life that you can share right now that can actually empower somebody as far as that is concerned? Either, okay, I fell short, or I actually accomplished something. Just give us a story, something that can help us.
Well, there are several things that I fell short in. I mean, I guess the earliest I can recall is when I was probably about 15, and my mom, she was like, two women can't run this household. I was hard-headed, you know, and she said, two women can't run this household. And so I was like, well, I got my little job at McDonald's, so I can go out and get my own stuff and get my own place. And so I worked on saving my money, and I went out and got a roommate and got myself in a lot of trouble. I was exposed to the world that my parents warned me about, and I didn't know about. I thought I knew everything. And so those experiences came with dropping out of school, getting a boyfriend, living this life that I thought that was about what I was learning from the songs that were empowering my life at the time. Back then, a lot of the music was talking about sex and all that stuff, you know. And so I was living this life that was, I thought that was supposed to be where we should be at. And it wasn't real. Nothing about that was real. But it seemed real because it's like all my peers were doing it. And I was like, I want to be out there with the peers. And my mom and dad are like, you need to be in the house. So eventually my friends, you know, I joined the military, and I was telling another one of my friends that I wasn't supposed to have been there. They had requirements for us. You know, we had to have white underwear, white T-shirts, and I didn't have any of those things. And so my friends, 5 of us went down there to take tests, and I was the only one that passed. And my girlfriend said, if it's one person that needs to get out of here, it needs to be you. You're the strongest of us. You know, you need to get out of here, and you need to go. And so one of my girlfriends went to the store, and well, you know, you said tell the story. Well, one of my girlfriends went to the store, and she stole all of my underwear, everything I needed to go to the military, and I was shipped off immediately within that same week. I went back to school. I got my diploma, and they took me that same week. That same week I graduated, they took me. And so the military ended up being challenging, and I always felt like something was not right about me being controlled. And I didn't understand my relationship with God, but when everything started going together, everything started working together for my purpose. And I started seeing other people, I said, I know that face, I know that look, you know. And domestic violence is something that, oh my goodness, that is something that horrible pain to go through. It's a horrible pain to go through. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So I was really
Wow.
excited to see Valerie pushing her message, because you lose a part of yourself.
Wow. 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 So,
So my beginnings, I mean, now me and my
for
mother, we're
somebody,
best friends now, but I was, huh?
wow. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
things
I'm
kept going
listening.
on in my life. The next stumbling block was I had to realize I had to stop asking my mom and dad for help. It was like, you're taking away from my house. You know, you're grown. You know, you need to handle your own stuff, learn how to budget your money, learn how to be a good steward. And that I struggle with all the time. And, you know, just being obedient to that biblical principle of controlling your talent, your gifts, your money, being a good steward. I'm still struggling with that now, but it gets better and better for each experience I went through. I guess
Wow. Wow.
I'm seeing in this area,
Wow. So,
in this area on the East Coast, I'm seeing a rise of people that are focused on, it's okay, I was hurt, and I don't have to be in the dark, and I don't have to let that other person be in the dark, and I can reach in and grab them and not be ashamed of it. You know,
wow.
people don't always want to hear that I had a perfect life. They want to hear how they can get out of their
Wow.
situation.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Wow. So, when you look at your life story, all the things that you've been through, what one life lesson have you learned out of all these experiences? Give us like one life lesson, one big life lesson that you've learned out of all that. Marcella, I see you, Marcella. I see you. What give us one life lesson that you've learned?
My lesson is that for each experience that you have, you learn to trust God more.
Okay.
Um, my can you guys hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes. You are frozen. Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I think that the biggest thing is for every experience that you go through and you learn to trust God even more and you build your relationship with God to get to your next level, the most important thing I find is being obedient, staying on those principles, staying on principles and building your relationship and following that relationship, and you are guided. It's like you know, it's like your heart tells you what to do. And when you get to that point, um, I'm enjoying my life. You know, I can honestly say money just drops in my bank account. And I'm like, wow, I'm like, people who owed me money from years ago or months ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, money just been dropping. I qualify for food stamps, but I haven't had to go get them because, I mean, it's just like people would just come by and say, "Hey, God told me to give you this $100." I was like, "I'll take it. I receive it." I mean, my cupboard could get down to the last couple of cans of beans up in here, and I just get blessed. I mean, so I give as soon as it comes to me, and God tells me to give it, I give it. So I've learned to become that good steward, and I've learned to trust God in that area. And I guess that's one biblical principle that works for me. And I have to, my favorite song
That's
in
right.
my lifetime, I have learned to give God my lifetime. And no matter what happens, I take the good and the bad. And I know that whatever's out there, no weapon can form against you or prosper. God will work that to your benefit. You have to praise him in every circumstance. So I've learned this and it works.
I, I, wow. Wow. I tell you what,
It
you
works,
said something
just
that
like
was
for
very, very
instance,
important because, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For instance, I committed. I wanted to give for the building of the youth center. You know, I wanted to give $500, and remember, I struggled with that. I didn't have all the money in my account
Yes,
for that.
yes.
And I said, God, if it's your will, I said, look, I'm gonna pray about it. I was able to send the first 250. And then,
That's right.
then
That's right.
before I even came up with the deadline,
Thank you,
God sent
Andrea.
me that money.
That's
And so I was able to
I
fulfill the second half of the commitment. I knew what I had in
yes,
my
yes.
hand, but I didn't want to limit myself to that. I didn't want to limit myself to that. I said, God, I know that
Ooh,
if it's meant for it to be out of my hands, you would give it to me. And he gave me that money. $1,000 from somebody
wow.
that owed me money from
Wow.
maybe about 3 months ago. So I was
Wow.
able to sow that seed, and I believe that when
Oh
in the
my God.
future
Wow.
that youth
Wow.
center is going to be somebody there that is going to be blessed
Wow.
to go bless someone else. I mean, we all have, but it's important for that youth center to
Yes,
be built.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. You are touching something incredible because look, part of our greatness is obedience. Part of our greatness is obedience. Part of our greatness is also
Yes.
paying things forward. But a lot of people want to be great, but they don't want to sacrifice anything. They want to be great, but they don't want to really learn the process. And you said something that was significant here, that you wanted to do something that was beyond what you could afford. You wanted to stretch yourself spiritually and believe God. And this is what it's all about. A lot of times people ask me, Princess, how have you been able to take care of all these children? Frankly, I don't know. I just know that when the time is come, it happens. I don't know. But I also know that it's not something I can stop, right? I have been, for the last 12 years now, I've been taking care of at least 45 children every year. So when you look at 12 years times this year now, we're talking about over 500 children by myself. And frankly, I can tell you that, I have all that money at one point, but I make up my mind and say, God, these are the kids that you've given me, right? These are the kids, you gave them to me for a reason. They have to finish college, and you gave them to me. And I'm telling you, they are finishing college. I have at least maybe 20 of them now that are finished college with 4 point something, just finished college. And now, even with the youth center, I know, right? I know it's going to take a lot of money, but I'm going to trust God. It's been 10 years that I've been praying for this, but it don't matter because God is not a God of time. He's timeless. Our God is timeless. He's ageless. And ladies and gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
True is talking
Mm-hmm.
about the campaign. She's talking about the Your Amazing Life campaign, and it's true. She foresaw the seed of $250 to purchase some of the books, because these books, I kind of dedicated it to my children, so that, because I know very soon now I have to send money home because they have to be in school, right? And so I used my 21st anniversary book that I'm writing right now. This is my first time of doing pre-order things. I've never done it before. I just wanted to see how it's going to work. And she bought $250 worth of books first. And then the following Wednesday, and she said it. And the following Wednesday, I looked, dang, she bought under 250, and I'm like, wow. Now, why would God bless you? I mean, this is what we're talking about. You yourself, you are a case study miracle, where you're seeing that people that owe you before now are remembering you, right? And it's because you are doing right by what you have. A lot of times people want to wait till they tell me, oh, when I have more than enough. No, God doesn't want your more than enough. God wants what you have right now, not your more than enough. He wants you to believe him, because when you wait till you have more than enough, then that's not faith, is it? It's not faith. Faith is not when you have more than enough and you say, okay, I'm a multi-million now, so I can. That's not faith. That's just just doing. That's just you just doing. But when you do out of your sacrifice, thank you, Andrea, for putting it there. When you do out of your sacrifice, that is when you actually see the power. You actually see the power that you carry. instead of you. And I'm telling you, the eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God is going to continue to do in your life through, because right, you took that step, you leaped, and you say, you know what, it don't matter, I'm leaping, because there are other people whose situations it matter more than even myself right now. So because of that, I'm leaping. People tell me here, they say, well, Princess, what are you doing here? I say, I came to build a legacy for myself. And that's the truth. I'm in Saudi Arabia right now, building a legacy for myself. Anywhere you are in life, you build a legacy, right? And the way you build the legacy is impacting other people's lives. So I want you to share one last thing with the people. How do you see others impacting other people's life? Tell me, why is it important to impact people's lives, even when you are in need? Why is it important to?
It's important because people, there's someone that needs you. There's someone that is assigned to your that's drawn to your spirit. There's someone that you are assigned and tasked to. There's someone that's watching you. Even you don't even have to speak to people to change someone's life. They can see you in action, and they will want that. They will want that for themselves. I think that Valerie made a valid point that you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself so deeply. You have to look at, you have to embrace everything that you see that makes you feel sad about yourself, and turn that into the positive. Whatever you need to do to bring that love into your body, because that love needs to be so powerful inside of you that it overflows to that next person. So it has to start with you. You have to begin with you. But either way, you're going to impact someone. Even your negativity, you're going to impact someone. But it's good when you can do it out of love. That spirit of love, not the spirit. We don't have to be attached to religion. I think that Valerie made a very important part of that. And I think that by me traveling all over the world, I have been lucky and fortunate enough blessed enough to identify with other cultures that even when I didn't know how to speak the language, they brought me into their surroundings because they saw what was inside of me. I didn't even have to speak the language, and they knew that, hey, I need to help her. It's something about her. And so when you embrace that, you become an empowered spiritual body. And it's not about religion.
That's right. Darius, welcome. Welcome, Darius. Wow. Well,
hi,
thank
Darius.
you so much. Oh, wait, let me say one more thing though. What do you want somebody, as you close out, what do you want somebody to know about you? What are you working on now? And what do you want people to know about you right now?
What I want people to know about me?
Yeah.
I want people to know that I love them. I love them. I love you guys. I love people. I love every experience that you have. I don't care what you look like. I mean, if you smell bad, I will give you a shower. I don't care what you smell like. I need to know that you want to reach your hand out. When you reach your hand out and you say that I want to change, I'm going to help you. If you don't want to reach your hand out, I'm going to speak to you every day. I'm going to speak life into you every day until you hear me, till you hear someone. It may not be me. I might have just planted the seed, but if I see you, I'm going to say good morning. You don't even have to say it back to me. You don't even have to smile at me. I'm going to keep saying it until you break into your happiness. I want you to break into your positivity, because you can do more than just moping around feeling sorry for yourself. I want you to embrace your life. I want you to hear what Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock is saying. Speak your life. Walk into your greatness. Accept your greatness. This message is being preached all around the world. If you are honestly wanting to improve your life, go into these sites and see what these people are saying. There are broken people that are speaking life because they know what it took to get out of that situation. So I want you to spend your lifetime in loving yourself. I want all of you guys
Well,
to speak life into people, speak life into yourself. Let your cup running over. The principles work. Principles work. Integrity works. Stay on your
that's
foundation.
right.
Work on your gift, your
That's
talent. I mean, there's a story,
that's right.
even in Bible. I mean, you don't have to even believe in in biblical principles to act on them. There
That's
was
right.
three people that were given talents. I think one was given 10, maybe the other one maybe
Yeah.
10 or 5, and one was given 1. And the one that had 1 buried it.
Yeah.
Don't be that one to bury it. Don't bury it. Don't
That's
bury your
good.
talent. Don't
That's
take your light out. Don't give your power away.
that's good.
You are connected to all of us, and I want you to know that we're all connected, but you have to be the one to change that. I can want it for
Wow.
you all day. Reach your hand out. Reach your
Wow.
hand out.
Wow. 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 The talent. I love that story where you have one with 1 talent, another one with 5, another one with 10. The one buried it and said, "Well, when my master come, I want to keep it for my master." And the one with the 5 said, "You know what? I have to make it work so that when my master comes, I would have doubled it up." So the 5 and the 10 doubled it. And God said, "You know
Yes.
what? Even the little one, I will take from the little and give to the one that had the most, because the one that had the most actually worked it." And so whatever it is that you have in your hands right now, work it. That's the basic,
Mhm.
that's the story. Work it. Whatever it is, no matter how small it is, no matter how huge it is, just work it. Don't look at the talents of your neighbors and start comparing. God didn't call you to compare any talent. God didn't call you to compare talent. He just said, "I give this to you freely. Now work it." So whatever it is, your greatness is you working out your talent. I love that. Your greatness is you working out your talent. If you're not working out your talent, then it's going to be tough for you to experience any kind of greatness, right? So working out your talent, working out your gifting, and mastering it, right? Whatever skills that God has given you,